you ever asked yourself, will I ever be able to afford a house in Washington state? It's so expensive here. I may have a solution for you. If you're a Washington first time homebuyer, this will help make owning a home affordable for you. There is a fabulous program that can provide down payment assistance and closing costs help. The kicker is you have to identify as a non-Caucasian nationality. So if you're a first time homebuyer in Washington state and you are non-Caucasian, then you need to hear about this. It is such a great opportunity. There's a mortgage loan program called the Covenant Homeownership Program. It can provide up to 20% of the home price to a maximum of $150,000, plus help with closing costs as a 0% interest loan. This is almost unheard of. But yes, this program has specific eligibility rules tied to Washington's history and your family's roots here before 1968, including being part of certain racial or ethnic groups that the program is designed to support. If you're even maybe a fit, I'll tell you exactly what to look for and how to get started. So a quick note, I'm not a lender and this is not legal or financial advice. Program details can change and a trained lender will confirm your eligibility. So what exactly is this program? It's called the Covenant Homeownership Program, and it provides assistance as a second loan, meaning it's secondary to your main mortgage, and it has a 0% interest rate. It's typically paid back later when you sell the home or refinance. The maximum help can be up to 20% of the home price or $150,000 plus closing costs. That's a big deal because for many home buyers, the down payment and closing costs are so hard to come up with. So the big question is, who qualifies? Here are the big eligibility buckets. Number one, you must be a first-time home buyer. So who qualifies as a first-time home buyer? The Covenant Homeownership Act defines a first-time homebuyer broadly. You may be eligible if you have not owned a home within the past 3 years. You're a single parent who has only owned a home while married to a former spouse. You are a displaced homemaker and have only owned a home with a spouse. Or you have owned a residence that has no permanent foundation, such as a manufactured home. Or you only owned a property that was determined to be uninhabitable. Number two, you or a family member must have lived in Washington before April of 1968. This is the part many people don't realize. The home buyer or a parent, a grandparent, or a great-grandparent must have lived in Washington before April of 1968. So why April 1968? That's when the Fair Housing Act passed, making housing discrimination illegal nationwide. The pre-1968 family member must be in one of the qualifying racial ethnic groups. According to the program, the person who lived in Washington before April 1968 must be either Black, Hispanic, Native American or Alaskan Native, Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander, Korean or Asian or Indian. And number four, there are income limit. There is income limit eligibility. The program is open to households earning up to 120% of the area median income, AMI, based on the county where the home is located. King County AMI is listed at $157,100, which is 100% AMI. The Covenant program page shows King County maximum income at 120% AMI, which is $188,500. So if you're in King County and your household income is at or below $188,500, you may be within the program's income cap. Is this free money? It sure feels like it. I hear this a lot, so let's make sure we are accurate. Most of the time, this assistance is a 0% interest loan that you can repay when you sell or refinance. However, there is also loan forgiveness that may apply for some households. Here's what the program says about forgiveness. If you earned no more than 80% of AMI at the time you bought the home and you still own the home 5 years later, the down payment assistance loan may be forgiven, though there could be additional restrictions. So it can feel like free money for people who qualify for forgiveness, but I want you to make sure you understand the truth. It's designed as a loan first, with forgiveness possible for some households meeting the 80% AMI and 5-year ownership requirement. So what documents do you need? The program recognizes that tracking pre-1968 residency may be tricky. So they say that they intend to be flexible and list examples like birth and death certificates, school records, military records, tribal records, census data, obituaries, probate records, and more. You're not expected to figure it out alone. A trained lender or housing counselor can help you gather what's needed. So, if you're interested, what's your first step? Here's my advice as your local real estate resource. Before you go tour homes, the smartest move is to get the financing path clear because this program can change what price range makes sense and how competitive you can be. So, here's a quick example. Let's say someone wants to buy a $600,000 home. 20% down would be $120,000 plus closing costs. So if someone qualifies for this program, it may provide up to 20% up to the program cap plus help with closing costs, which could mean less cash needed up front, potentially stronger offers, a clearer path to owning a home sooner. This program is such a game changer. If you're watching this and thinking, my parent or grandparent lived in Washington State before 1968, and I'm a first time home buyer, and my household might fit the income limits, and you identify with one of the qualifying groups, call or text me so I can help you map out your next steps. And if you're not sure whether you qualify, still message me. Half the time people assume no, and they're actually a maybe, and maybe is worth checking. Or if you have a friend this might help, share it with them. If this video helped, hit like and subscribe and share it with your friends that might qualify. This is such an opportunity of a lifetime. If you don't qualify for one of the racial or ethnic groups, there are many other down payment assistance programs available that might be a good fit.